Through action, man becomes a hero. Through death, a hero becomes a legend. Through time, a legend becomes a myth. And by learning from the myth, a man takes action.
His wrath bore no yield. His will knew not the limits of a mere mortal blessed by Luna. Sworn to carry the shield of vigilance and soul bound to wield the snare of justice, his scowl showed no concern for the heathens of this heinous battlefield. There he stood alone, one against 1,000 soldiers of the Empire's unholy battalion. The violent storm brewing around him, the rain falling with the velocity of 1,000,000 arrows, the wind howling and gusting past with the brute force of a battering ram. His eyes gazing into the entire landscape of fallen soldiers from both sides of this accursed war, and then into the battle-ready soldiers that exchanged their own foreboding leers. Not another moment was wasted. He charged forth, mighty sword in hand, into the heart of the swarm with one loud, thunderous roar! His power was incomprehensible one by one, each soldier falling before the legendary champion like leaves in the autumn cold. His swiftness was untraceable. The soldiers lost sight of him as quickly as they gained it. Before falling to his fury, his courage was unrivaled. The spears and swords intimidated him not, gladly welcoming the danger they would bring. For the danger he brought would soon quell their existence. The wicked feared him, the righteous honored him. The gods themselves trembled like nervous school children upon hearing his name. Knowing the power he brought forth with the strength of 1,000 men, the shroud lapped into the air as if gravity was just a theory, holding a rune-covered warhammer above his head. An opening in the clouds forms, revealing a lustrous and full moon. A fierce and guttural howl echoes over the lands like an explosion of fire and brimstone. With eyes set to kill, he turns back toward the battlefield and begins to descend in a rage as quickly and piously as a comet breaking the atmosphere. The air sizzled and sparked as atoms with from their molecules. A trail of fire and ash followed closely behind and burning bright as the morning star. Bracing for impact, the remaining soldiers of Swarm gazed dreadfully into the sky, fearing their last moments would be in failure to the mighty emperors of hell. With their last breaths, prayers were heard around the realm, begging for forgiveness of their ineptitude. This attracted the attention of Pain, the ancient and demonic overlord king of hell. In an instant, the Lord appeared before the doomed troops and unsealed through fallen Highlanders' katanas. Pain booms in despair. You may pray one last time before this battle is over, and I suggest you do it now! A look of concentration appears on the faces of the last swarm, and Pain is filled with a demonic energy calculating the remaining time before Shroud's arrival. The Lord raises his weapons on high, and with a disgruntled and twisted smile, he utters in contempt, Siglum for their sobum, or the single trace, beheads the soldiers in the line and furling before vanishing without a trace! The earth quakes and disintegrates upon the impact of Shroud, sending waves of energy through the ground like an ocean of dirt and rock. Though there were none left alive, the intensity of the blast was enough to break the bindings of Delalt, as no demonic presence was left to keep him bound.